Welcome back! MTG Joe here, and we're going to be playing some more Strixhaven decks in Historic. The Mythic Archive injected a bunch of cool new cards from Magic's history, some very powerful ones. So what we're going to be playing today is a Simic Turns deck. Basically, we're trying to take all the turns, not infinite really, but pretty much enough that our opponent just never gets to take another turn before they die. We are going to continue playing in the play queue just as we kind of brew up some stuff. I'm still working out numbers, so we'll be playing this in best of one just to get a feel, kind of get to see what we like about these decks. I will post the deck list with a sideboard as well if you do want to take it into best of three. But I played a couple games with this. I'm still kind of fine-tuning some of the numbers, so as we play games, we may change some of the numbers. So always refer to the deck list in the video description. That will give you an idea of what we kind of settle on after we play some games. So now jumping into the deck itself, Simic Turns. What are we trying to do? Well, take the turns. We have the reprint or injection of Time Warp. This is a 5 mana, take an extra turn spell, but notably, this does not get shuffled or it gets exiled. It goes to our graveyard. So we are with Tamiyo able to pick it up, which is a nice effect there. We also have Alrund's Epiphany to take turns as well. And then we have Brainstorm, which is a card that is probably one of the most powerful cantrips of all time. However, generally in those formats, you have a lot of fetch lands and stuff to manipulate. So you draw 3, put 2 cards away, but you tend to draw those cards naturally. So what we want to try to do is have ways to break the Brainstorm lock. It's kind of how they refer to it. So we can do this with like Fabled Passage. We can do this with Search for a Scanta to get around it. Tamiyo, Narset. There's also the cool way with like you can put a card on top and then name it with Tamiyo and then kind of clean out stuff like that. Your opponent could Thoughtseize you, and in response you can hide your good cards and then kind of just put lands in hand. Or if you want to hit a land effect off Explore, you can put a land on top and then draw into it that way. So cool interaction there. We also have Memory Lapse with one of my favorite arts from the set actually. I gotta see if I can put my background for this, but this is a 2 mana unconditional counter, counters anything, but instead of it going to the graveyard, it goes to top of their library, so you can kind of time walk your opponent as well. If they're kind of stuck on lands or, you know, it's not the best card, you could kind of make them forced to draw that card again. We have 1 Search for a Scanta to kind of get fuel the graveyard, and once we start going to find stuff, 8 Explore effects and Growth Spiral and Explore. Really what we're trying to do is just get ahead of mana as quickly as possible. We have some Narsets, we have Tamiyos, and we have Nisa. Nisa is our primary win condition. I have won a couple games just off the back of some birds. But really what you're trying to do here is with Nisa, you make you could ramp up, take a bunch of extra turns, make a bunch of lands, kind of go that way. You also have the Narset Commit to Memory combo, which if you have Narset out and you memory, your opponent only gets to draw 1 card, you draw 7. It's also a way for us to shuffle our library and put back some of our spells. And then we have a single Shark Typhoon as another win condition. One thing I may want to try out actually, and let's add it in now, is a Crawling Barrens. Just have 1 additional means of winning the game. But yeah, let's jump into it. The sideboard, if you're interested, is like stuff to hit on the graveyard combo decks, counter spells. Gargaroths is like against the aggro decks, and then like Shark Typhoons, Hydrate Krasis versus the control decks. So let's take some turns. Posted a few deck lists already on YouTube. With those, as I mentioned, in those I do have some codes for free packs of Strixhaven cards. They are first come first serve. I'll put them in the video description. So good luck if you can get them. Wish I had like 1,000 plus to give away to everyone. Fortunately don't, but whatever I get, I give out. Go that way. And as always, if you could drop a like, comment, and potentially subscribe. They're all free and easy ways to help out the channel. One thing we can do as well is we could play Kahira. It's free in our deck to play. So this could be Jeskai Control. So one thing, if they do drop like Narset, I want to be able to counter it. Okay, so they're on the Tail's End combo. Actually, you know what? I should have countered that. They would have lost their lands. Yeah, that was kind of dumb. Kind of dumb. So I think what we're going to do here... Let's set up alrunds. If we need to counter something, we can. If not, we just growth spiral. This could just be a big shark. Could be sublime epiphany. Yeah, so I punted that. I should have countered it. No land there hurts. I think we're just passing here. Oh, if the opponent's cycling, that's a good call. Them being on tails end's also not great. So I'm gonna pack them, and then I'm gonna memory again, so this way they have to spend 5 mana on their turn. Can we just get a land? Okay, so they have to spend 5 mana. Name a non-land card. Actually, let's just get our Fable Passage back.
The storied past holds our future.
So if they don't have a land here, it's good for us. So Tamiyo's pretty flexible like that way. Let's just see if we can take all the turns now.
I know I noted this somewhere.
Sweet. Okay, so what'd we mill? Alrunds. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm 1 short. So I think what we do here, let's take an extra turn. Let's go
To the library.
Time Warp. Take an extra turn here. Now we should be able with the Time Warp. So let's bring back... bring back Alrunds, but I think we're just going to bring back Time Warp here.
The past is never
1,
forgotten.
2, 3, 4, 5.
We will not fail.
Just shock in here, take an extra turn, and then basically just with Tamiyos we can start looping everything. And opponent thought they were going to Pact to Negation us, win it that way. Part of the reason I'm also not playing ranked right now, there's a lot of visual bugs, is also just release bugs. Stuff with going full control mode, like we have nothing in the interface here. I can't see dailies. There's no direct challenge, so let's have fun and not wait for potential bugs to screw things up. That was a good first showing of the deck. We, I think we messed up a little. 1 sec, let me let my dog in. She's pissed off with me. Come here. Sorry about that. Alrighty. I think this hand's fine. We go Zagoth into Explore. Can also potentially Brainstorm that turn as well. Giganta could be a couple things. Can be Burn, can be Sack, can be Tron. Okay, so it's Sack. So generally, as long as you hit your land drops, I think we just hold off here. We can growth spiral. Make it seem like we potentially have a counter. So they are ramping up. Really want to hit a land here. 27 lands in the deck. So I actually think here, let's brainstorm. I want to guarantee that we have a land. Okay, cool. So just put it like this. And then same, we'll growth spiral, and then we'll have the basic island. Then we can explore if we want. So we have some options here. No oven, they could have collected company. That's the best case for us. So let's go explore here. Let's go explore here. So now we have the decision. We can alrund or we can search for a Scanta. We have 5 cards in the library. That helps us dig for a land. I think we're just alrunding this turn. Lets us take an extra turn guaranteed. The fail rate for not hitting a land is pretty high, or at least half of our deck. We can chump block this, so I'm not too worried. Okay, so we ended up hitting it, so it's not too bad. So we'll take our turn here. I think we do brainstorm. Nisa's nice as well. So put back the 2 lands. We'll take the forest first. Okay, so we know we're 2, 3, 4, 5.
Strange and magnificent world.
Here we'll just untap the island.
The land fights for us.
Just do this. That's fine. We float the mana. So now we can flip a Scanta next turn. We have a bunch of mana. We can activate this a few times, which is nice. And really we're just trying to find time wipes. Sure. I mean, you give up 5 damage. Don't know why you don't just force me to block.
How rude.
I'll take a turn. I can cast Tameo this turn. Yeah.
I would like to test a new hypothesis.
We'll get Time Warp back.
No tail should be discarded. Rise, my elemental friend.
So let's name Time Warp.
Seek and find.
We'll cast Alrunds. We get Explore here.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Opponent, are you having fun? You just wanted to sack things and steal my creatures. We'll explore here. Thin out our deck some more. Got forests. Just because it doubles up mana. So basically we were going to cast Time Warp and then the following turn get it back. So sack's actually not too bad of a problem unless they have like a very fast start with multiple ovens. Because you basically get to a point where you just take all the turns and they can't really interact with everything at once. They can have like a Binding of the Old Gods, or they can deal with like one Nisa land, but they usually can only activate their oven once. So this hand's kind of a trap. We go first, we don't have accelerants. We do have Alrunds, but then we don't have a play. We do have 4 lands. I think let's try it out. I'm curious to see how a hand like this plays out. Okay, so this is probably mono green elves. So this deck is a bit of a problem because they can kill very quickly. Especially if they go... So that's a slower start from them, so we're happy to see something like that. So I'm going to go Triome here. So we're going to go Tameo, name Nisa. If we had a Spiral here, it would have been pretty good.
The moon looks intriguing. Let me aid your research.
Had we named Time Warp, we would have hit it. So the nice thing, 6 mana, they currently don't have enough to kill Tameo. We are going to be able to Time Warp into Alrund's Epiphany. So I'm hoping they don't kill Tameo because it lets us just kind of keep going off. And what we can do is get the Time Warp out of our bin first. Okay, so that's not a Lord. That's not a Lord either. So that was a chunkier version. At the very least, like, this gets big enough that you can just kind of get ahead on mana. So here, I think we just name Alrunds.
I think you will find my note.
Tell me we hit another Time Warp. No, Brainstorm. So I'll take the turn here. The one downside is all these mythical archive cards all look the same. Okay, so here I just need to see from a mana count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I untap. I'm short a mana.
I have learned much from my ancestors.
Trying all our
To the library.
all our nieces.
In this land, we are all connected.
So here I think we're just doing this.
Shall conquer you.
No attacks, they go. They have a land. Okay, so they can't. That's 6, 7. So they can War Master. Pump. So let's see if they do. They Coco here. I'm just gonna make a shark here for 4. Okay, let's see if we can squeeze out of this one. What do I have left? 3 Allruns, 2 Time Warps.
Seek and find.
Hey. Let's take an extra turn. Make a land. I don't think I want to like trade off the land here. Okay, so we have Brainstorm. My other Tameo's in the yard. So I think we start off brainstorming. Put these back. We're gonna shuffle. Get those out of the way. We're gonna try to find one of our turn spells. So I can take an extra turn. Which I think we just do. Hey, we hit it. We hit it. So, time warp, target ourselves.
Behold, nature's true power.
Let's do Allrun's Epiphany. So we end turn here. Yeah, so we take an extra turn basically again. Nice. Well, this deck's actually been really sweet. 3-0 with it, obviously. We bet elves, which is a pretty good deck. Invest the one especially. You could kind of get yourself in a way. So it's not a definitive combo like Nexus of Fate. It doesn't feel as laborious of like, I tap, I untap, I tap, I untap. And like we saw there, we closed it out pretty quick. That game we just ended up mulling over. And even then, we didn't have the fastest of starts. And we were able to pull through it. So definitely a deck to check out. Like I said, there's a sideboard. I'm going to be testing this out a bit more. And then we might be playing it in best of 3 as well. But definitely check it out. Let me know what you think. I have been asking folks to share deck lists that they have. You can continue to try it on YouTube. I've noticed with a couple of the comments with the links provided in it, for some reason it flags and I can't see them. So if you drop something, and I always respond to every comment. So if you don't hear a response from me, just connect with me on any of my other platforms. You can send me a private message on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, any other ways to get in touch with me, just let me know. But I appreciate everyone stopping by, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.